people, let me ask you something. In a world full of noise, where everyone is shouting to be heard, fighting to be noticed, desperate to prove their worth, who do you think has the most power? The loudest voice, or the one who doesn't need to speak at all? That's where Batman stands apart. He doesn't need to scream, he doesn't need to argue, he doesn't need to beg the world to see him, because his silence is his weapon, and his presence is enough. When criminals in Gotham look up and see the bat signal, they don't hear a speech, they don't hear a warning, they feel something deeper, fear, because silence is powerful, silence carries weight. Batman doesn't need to announce his arrival. The moment he steps from the shadows, everything changes. And that's what the world doesn't understand. Words can lie, but silence never lies. Silence is presence. Silence is discipline. Silence is control. Now think about yourself. How much of your life do you spend trying to explain yourself to people? How often do you argue with doubters? How often do you waste your breath trying to convince others of your worth? Batman doesn't explain who he is. He shows it through his actions, through his discipline, through his choices. And that's the lesson. True strength doesn't need an announcement. It reveals itself without a single word. We live in a world of endless noise. Social media, opinions, arguments. Everyone wants to be louder than the other. But Batman teaches us something different. Power is not about how loud you are. It's about how consistent you are. It's about how unshakable you remain when the world screams around you. Noise fades, but presence remains. That's why the Joker laughs, screams, and fills the night with chaos. But Batman answers with silence, and silence wins. Because silence cannot be broken. Why do criminals fear Batman? It's not just a suit. It's not just the darkness, it's the silence before he strikes. It's the unknown, it's the feeling that he's always watching, always waiting, always there. Silence commands fear, but more importantly, silence commands respect, because the world doesn't respect noise, it respects results. And Batman's results speak louder than any words ever could. Now look at your own life. Ask yourself, do I spend more time talking about what I will do, or more time doing it? Do I tell the world my dreams, or do I quietly build them brick by brick until they can't be ignored? The truth is, the loudest people often achieve the least. But the silent ones, the disciplined ones, the consistent ones, they rise, they become undeniable. They don't beg for attention, they earn it. Batman is not just a man, he is an idea. He is the embodiment of silence, focus, and relentless action. When the world doubted him, he didn't fight back with arguments. He trained. When fear threatened to consume him, he didn't complain. He faced it. When Gotham needed hope, he didn't give speeches. He became hope. That's the Batman mindset. No excuses, no endless explanations. Just action, just results. So here's my challenge for you. The next time someone doubts you, don't waste your energy trying to prove them wrong with words. Prove them wrong with action. Prove them wrong by becoming something they can't ignore. The next time life tempts you to shout for validation, stay silent, stay focused. Work in the shadows, until the results speak louder than any noise around you. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is power. Silence is control. Silence is Batman. Remember this. Words fade, noise disappears, but your actions, your presence, your consistency, those things last forever. So be relentless, be disciplined, be unshakable. Don't just tell the world who you are, show them. Be the Batman of your own story. Silent, but unstoppable. And when your journey feels heavy, remember this. Every silent night you spend working, every quiet moment you choose discipline over distraction, every hour you sacrifice while no one is watching. It is building a future louder than any applause you could chase today. The shadows you walk in now will one day make you shine. The silence you endure today will one day roar like thunder. Because greatness doesn't arrive with noise, it arrives with persistence, with resilience, with unshakable will. So keep walking, keep fighting, keep building yourself in silence until the world has no choice but to listen. Because legends aren't made by words, they're made by actions. And like Batman, your silence will one day echo louder than any voice ever could.